Hello, and welcome to the third video of the Mindful Moments program. In this video, we will be talking about the most tasteful parts of mindfulness.
This video is all about how to eat mindfully and how to create mindful meals for yourself and others. People often eat food without actually paying attention to what they are putting into their bodies. Most of the time, there is more thought that goes into thinking about, planning for, and preparing meals without actually slowing down to taste them. In this video, we dive into the differences between mindless meals and mindful meals. We also include a few recommendations on how to eat to enjoy without judgment.
In relation to mindfulness, there are two different ways to eat your meals. There are mindless meals and mindful meals. As we adjust to the new world we live in, understanding the difference between the two could change how you think and go about eating today. There are 6 parts of both mindful and mindless eating that we will discuss in the next few slides.
Eating mindlessly is something most of us have done, but how do we know if we're doing it? The key thing is to be able to recognize it so we can change it. Here are 6 mindless eating habits to watch out for. The first of the 6 habits of mindless eating we will discuss is when one eats past the point of feeling full. This is when one ignores their natural occurring body signals telling you that you're full. The second is eating when emotions tell you to eat. This is eating when one feels sad, bored, stressed, lonely, etc. The third is eating alone at random times and places. This would be random meals or heavy snacks at various points of the day and in various places. The fourth is eating foods that are emotionally comforting to someone. This is not always, but could be unhealthy options. The fifth is eating and multitasking. This happens when a person is doing something else while they're eating, such as working. The sixth and final habit is when one may consider a meal as an end product. This means that someone might not pay attention to any other aspect of their food than eating it.
Now we will talk about mindful eating. Mindful eating is something that takes practice and calls attention to different aspects of the act of eating. There are 6 main habits of mindful eating. The first of the 6 habits of mindful eating is listening to your body and stopping when full. This relates to being able to understand one's body signals of actually feeling hunger. The second habit relates to the first, eating when our body tells us to eat. This is actually being able to hear your stomach growl or feel that you have lower levels of energy. The third is making sure to eat with others at a set times and places. This can mean that a person will have a set time and place to eat with others. This may mean sitting down at a table with family or friends for dinner sharing a meal. The fourth is eating foods that are nutritionally healthy. This would be intentionally choosing food that is good quality fuel for our bodies. The fifth is when you eat, just eat. This means to not do anything else besides just simply eat when you have a meals or a snack. The sixth and final habit of mindful eating is to consider where your food comes from. This could be when grocery shopping. Stop to think where the foods you're buying is grown or produced.
After considering what mindless and mindful meals look like, we have included some recommended practices as well as some mindful eating tips. Doctor of Psychology, Christopher Willard recommended chewing each bite of food 25 times before swallowing it. This simple way to slow down and actually taste your food. Other tips include things such as putting your food in a bowl or on a plate instead of eating it out of a container. Be aware of different times of year, such as holiday times, your eating patterns might change, and that's okay. When it comes to snacking, place healthy and nutritional snacks in sight in your kitchen. Finally, and most importantly, don't be too hard on yourself when making decisions about what you are eating and the way you are eating.
Another habit to think about is reflecting without judgment. This means to acknowledge one's responses to food without judgment. Taking time to understand what foods you like, dislike, and foods you're neutral about. You can also reflect on other aspects as well, such as where you normally eat, if you are alone or with others, and the amount of time you make for meals.
For this mindful moment, we will take part in the mindfulness exercise called the raisin meditation. This calls attention to every single action and feeling one may have while eating. An attachment will be partnered with this video to provide the actual meditation process.
Some important things to remember from this video are the differences between mindless and mindful meals, and practicing non-judgmental reflection before, during, and after you eat.
Now, we would like to give credit to our mentor, Rachel Gilbertson. Rachel is a former team member of the Employee Health and Wellbeing Center at our university and has extensive knowledge on topics like mindfulness and employee wellness. She has provided us with information on these topics and the necessary resources to provide you with accurate information.
We would like to thank you for watching this video on mindful meals. We hope you feel prepared to incorporate mindful eating the next time you sit down for a meal. The next part of our program will be posted on Friday, April 24th on mindful movement. Thank you for continuing your mindful moments journey.